Hello and welcome back. We have 22 weeks to go. I guess the first thing to acknowledge is all the snow's gone. The update video that I shot on Monday, by Tuesday evening, snow was gone. Unless it had been piled high by the ploughs, completely gone. Nobody would even know that there'd been snow. So I'm glad I took the time on Monday to go out and do that nice hike in the snow. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Happy to report that this week has been much better, both mentally and physically. Like, I am getting back into everything, and instead of thinking of the ultra marathon as an ultra marathon, because I think that was the thing that caused me to become unmotivated, because it just felt like an unaccomplishable distance to do for someone like me. So instead, I'm just thinking of it as I've just got to get to the next checkpoint. And I think the biggest distance between the checkpoints and the pit stops is 15 miles. So that's what I'm concentrating on. 15 miles. If I can do 15 miles, I can do it. I might be delusional in that thinking, but it's what I'm doing, because I don't want to lose motivation again and end up taking another month off, and then I really can't do it. So let's just keep it reasonable. 15 miles. I'm not sure what that is in kilometers. Well, half marathon is 21 kilometers, and that's like 13 miles. So I guess 26 kilometers roughly. That's my focus. Monday, I managed to walk just under 17 kilometers without too much issue. I will say around the 14 kilometer mark, I did start to get a bit of a niggle in my knees. That's why at that point I turned and headed back home, because I had hoped to reach 20, but I decided not to push too hard. The following days, so Tuesday, Wednesday, my legs were they were unhappy with me, to say the least. But it wasn't so bad. Once I got moving again and loosened up. So all in all, it's been a nice week. I'm getting back into the swing of things. I'm happy to say that I've very much got back on the eating sensibly bandwagon, because over the festive Christmas period my eating was out of control. So that brings us to something my friend, who is doing the wall, thought of. We realised that it's hard to keep each other accountable, because we live in different countries, and what's he going to do? Send me a text message calling me fat or lazy or something? That's quite easy to ignore. I just delete a message, leave me alone. So he came up with the idea of shame points. So every time we fail to do an exercise that we said we were going to do, that's one shame point. And we will accumulate these until the event. The shame points don't just apply to exercise, they also apply to food. Takeaways are included. We're allowed one takeaway a month, because let's be honest, we're not going to go to cold turkey and go through withdrawals. So one takeaway a month is allowed. Sorry to interrupt, but look at that. That is very pretty, and it looks like the ice is starting to form on the lake, because it's -5 this morning. -5. Honestly, that's sometimes why it's nice coming out early in the morning, to get like the early sun and on the trees and on the lake, and that. It's very pretty. Anyway, back to shame points. So I have a nasty habit of eating too much Ben & Jerry's. So on my list, Ben & Jerry's would be a shame point. And of course, you can't just okay, I'll eat a different brand of ice cream, therefore I don't get the shame point. It basically applies to ice cream. The reason that these shame points are hopefully going to keep us accountable, and I will say they've been working so far, is because each shame point is worth £2. British pounds, not the weight, the money. Monetary version of a pound. And I have to, every shame point I get, £2, I have to give that to my friend at the event. We decided though, instead of me just giving him money, I'm gonna buy him something from the shop, the rat race shop that they usually have at these events, as kind of a let's remember this crazy stupid thing we're doing. And he agreed, and I would like him to do the same for me. So in that sense, I think obviously I don't want to give him hundreds and hundreds of pounds between now and then, so I'm very much going to keep my shame points low. Of course, it's our own accountability for when we say we have a shame point, but again, we're adults. Why would I want to cheat? At the end of the day, I just cheat myself. So that is the plan going forward, to hopefully keep everything accountable, and I think it's going to work because I've already seen some progress. Like, I was stood in the supermarket, I was stood in front of the freezers looking at the Ben & Jerry's, and honestly, I think everybody knows Ben & Jerry's is not a cheap ice cream, but then when you have to add on £2 additional to the price, yeah, suddenly it's like, oh, that my bank account will feel that, maybe I shouldn't. And I'm happy to say I did. I walked away. So at least that once it helped. I hope it helps going forward even more. My gym buddy, she is on my case about going to the gym for body pump classes. So I'll be going to them starting next week. Booked in for a class on Monday. The plan there is to hopefully do 2 classes a week, with 3 cardio activities. So either that is what I'm doing today, out for a nice walk, which will hopefully be around an hour and a half, or go to the gym and do the bike, or run on a treadmill, or cross trainer, or something like that, rowing machine. But in the gym, for it to count as a gym session, it has to be 40 minutes. 40 minutes. And what I usually do is 20 minutes on the bike and then 20 minutes on the treadmill or 20 minutes on the cross trainer. And that gives me my nice 40 minutes. So that's the plan. I know I've said in previous videos had a plan, didn't stick to the plan, but I'm more confident now. As always, thank you for watching. The comments really help. I know I'm slow to reply sometimes, but they are appreciated. And thank you for sticking with me throughout this journey. I know we've still got 22 weeks to go, and I hope you'll stick around to see how things go at the wall. But thank you very much for all the support. So tune in next week and I'll update you then. Bye.